Alright, so it's a Wednesday evening, and everybody knows Wednesday evenings suck because it's that halfway point in the week when you're really sick of work, but you're not yet close to the weekend, so you can't get your hopes up for anything. But Worth Watching Wednesdays has you covered, my friend. Here we go. Alright, so this week I am going to be talking about one of my all-time favorite, if not my all-time favorite, superhero movie, Batman Begins, directed by Christopher Nolan. It came out in 2005. And that movie kind of single-handedly set the stage for every single superhero movie that's come out since then, as far as making things a little more grounded in reality and a little more realistic in a sense. I mean, the Batman movie that had come out before that, the most recent Batman movie at that time was Batman and Robin, directed by Joel Schumacher, with George Clooney playing Batman and just Arnold Schwarzenegger. And no. But I do not think that Batman and Robin was necessarily all evil, because I think it is only because of the atrociousness of that movie that we got such a 180-degree turnaround with Batman Begins. I think Christopher Nolan really got in there and said, look, we're going to make a Batman movie that's going to be realistic, it's going to be dark, it's going to be gritty, and it's going to actually make Batman intimidating. He's not going to be a guy in a dark gray or blue suit running around with catchphrases. He's a guy who actually terrifies the ever-living daylights out of criminals. And that's kind of what the whole movie is about. It's about Bruce Wayne taking the things that scare him and turning them around on the people who are terrorizing Gotham, on the criminals, on the drug lords, on the gangs, on the mob, because they're the people who are no longer afraid of the justice system because they control it. They're the people who aren't afraid of police officers and judges because they know that they're not going to be touchable at this point. So it's really, it's Bruce Wayne coming in and saying, oh no, you're going to be scared. You just don't know it yet. The police don't scare you, but the Batman will. So he makes himself a bat costume that's made of body armor so he can withstand bullet hits and knife wounds and stab wounds, and train so he can be this guy who just terrorizes the underworld of Gotham City. And part of me has this sort of little boyish pleasure from this, out of the fact that it's like, these are the nasty, awful people who are just making life terrible for everyone else and have no concept of right and wrong, responsibility, and they are just getting the tables completely turned around on them, and they are just running for their lives. They are scared. They are going crazy with fear because they don't know what's going on in their city. And I guess, I'm always kind of a stickler for that poetic justice sort of aspect of things, and so that's something that really hit me with the movie really well, is that you have these criminals who thought they were untouchable who are now terrified and don't know what to do because everything is completely falling apart underneath them. All thanks to just one guy who decided, I'm sick of standing around and waiting for the city to just kind of go to pot. I'm going to actually take law in my own hands and go out and do something about it. And that's, I think, kind of why this is one of my favorite superhero movies, is that Batman brings to the table this sort of psychological terror that other superheroes really don't or can't. For instance, if you look at Spider-Man, criminals are afraid of him because they know he can beat them up, they know he can stop them, and he can, take them to the police and things like that. But there's not this element of just pure abject terror that happens whenever they know he's around. Batman doesn't even have to be seen for criminals to just start losing it and firing their guns in all random directions because the lights just start going out and they don't know what's going on. And that's something that's really great, is you get to see the criminals being terrified. And I know I've probably said that a lot in this video, but it's just to kind of drive home the point of how much I really like that aspect of the movie. As far as the rest of the movie goes, it's awesome as well. The acting is fantastic. They did a great casting choice with Christian Bale as Bruce Wayne. Michael Caine is amazing as Alfred. Katie Holmes is Katie Holmes. Cillian Murphy is great as the Scarecrow. So you have a really great cast, and the story is fantastic as well. Yes, it's an origin story. I know everyone these days are like, no more origin stories and reboots. But this is the first movie that did that, and so I can't really hold it against it because it does it really well, and it's the reason that everybody since then has been trying to reboot X, Y, and Z franchise and start with origin stories all over again, because this movie does it really, really well, and it's something you hadn't gotten to see before. It was something original. It was something really enjoyable to watch. And it made for a really great movie. On top of it, you have excellent cinematography, you have fantastic visual effects, you have a really great soundtrack by Hans Zimmer that just echoes that darkness and that intensity that the movie has to it. The movie just works on every single level. And so on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give the movie a 9.5. It's a fantastic movie, it's well done, it's a lot of fun to watch. I would highly recommend it. Alrighty, I will see you next time on Worth Watching Wednesdays. Remember, leave a comment down below. Let me know what movie you'd like me to review next time. Otherwise, I will pick one from my own collection and review it just like I did today. See you guys later.